The Mage will receive some amazing changes in the Burning Crusade, and those I will be covering in this video. Ice Block is now a spell you learn by default the moment you reach level 30. In Classic, this was gated behind a talent in the Frost tree. In other words, back then, everyone were not able to use Ice Block. This is not going to be the case in the Burning Crusade. Another useful change is that you can now learn all the different teleporting spells at the Mage Trainer. They are gated behind a level requirement, but you won't need to go to the Nasus to, for example, learn Teleport the Nasus. We are also unlocking a new armor, Molten armor, which causes fire damage to everyone hitting you, and it also increases your critical strike chance by 3% and reduces your chance to be crit by 5%. At level 64, we are unlocking Arcane Blast, a 2.5 seconds cast that does arcane damage and also providing you with a debuff, or a buff I guess we could say as well. What it does is to increase your casting speed of your Arcane Blast, and this stacks up to 3 times, but with this debuff it also increases the mana cost of your Arcane Blast, so with 3 of these stacks you will also not be able to spam this unless you would like to go out of mana in next to no time. One spell I'm also looking forward to is Ice Lance. This is an instant attack and it doesn't do a lot of frost damage, unless you decide to also root the target in place, as Ice Lance will be doing triple damage whenever you're using this against a frozen target. You can also use this to quickly kill a totem or break a CC if the enemy is about to pull a lot of nearby enemies. At level 68, we're unlocking Invisibility. Yeah, it turns your mage invisible, but you will also need to wait 5 seconds before you will be invisible. When you're invisible, you won't be able to see other people, and it's of course also the other way around. But if you're running into any AoE damage underground, it will also cancel the effect. This is also the same case if you have the 5 seconds window and you're taking damage. If the spell is being resisted, it will still cause you to turn invisible, but if there's a dot or something doing damage, it will break the effect. And yes, it can be used in combat as long as you're not taking any damage. The moment you reach max level, you unlock Spellsteal. You will Spellsteal one effect from a target, and it will last up to a maximum of 2 minutes. So if the target currently has a buff that is longer than 2 minutes, then it will only be working for 2 minutes on your character, but you're basically able to Spellsteal most buffs in the game. For that matter of fact, you can also Spellsteal Freedom or a bubble from Paladin, and it makes Spellsteal so insane in PvP, but it's also quite handy in PvE situations whenever you're fighting a difficult enemy where you would also like to Spellsteal their buff to increase your own damage. Moving on to the new spells at the bottom of each tree. In the Arcane tree, you can choose Slow. It's not only reducing the target's movement speed by 50%, but also the time between range attacks and also casting speed. This makes the spell pretty insane in PvE as well. And yes, it's spammable, as there's no cooldown. You will just only be able to cast this debuff on one target at a time. At the bottom of the fire tree, we're unlocking Dragon's Breath. This does fire damage to everyone being hit and also disorientating them for 3 seconds. Useful if you have accidentally pulled too many dungeon creatures, or in a PvP situation if you wish to successfully land a polymorph, as you can use the 3 seconds window to successfully cast a polymorph on the target. But to be honest, I'm looking so much more forward to summon Water Elemental at the bottom of the Frost tree. This will fight for you for 45 seconds and the cooldown is 3 minutes. But because we can also choose Cold Snap in the Frost tree, then we're able to summon 2 of these. Or well, not 2 of them at the same time, but Cold Snap allows you to reset the cooldown of your Water Elemental and that way also use it 2 times in a row. This pet also comes with a nice ability called Freeze. This is range, so you can place it at many different locations and root the target in place. Next, you could use Ice Lance, as those will also have a high chance of critting when you're playing Frost. Or a Shatter comp, like you see here. I'm first polymorphing the target, then I activate my pet, I start casting my Frostbolt, and as it's about to hit, I'll use Freeze, followed by an Ice Lance. and this is how you can deal a lot of damage in next to no time. In the Burning Crusade, you can't just learn the new rank of water and food at your trainer. These are going to be world drops you'll need to either farm yourself or buy on the auction house. But it will be important to get both of them, because at level 70 you can then head to your trainer and learn Ritual of Refreshment, but this also requires you to have acquired both of these tomes. To summon the Refreshment table, you gotta be a total of 3 people, and everyone can now loot the biscuits, which restores mana and health over 30 seconds. On my channel, you will find a lot of other class changing videos, useful tips and tricks, gold making, leveling, and things you would like to prepare before the Burning Crusade. And soon I will also publish a lot of other useful videos, and those you definitely don't want to miss, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Peace.